Bad Boys LA. Okay, so I definitely want to go ahead and get this review out of the way. And you guys are welcome to hang around. Okay, go ahead and hit the like button as I grab my notes and get everything pulled up. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that as well for me, honey. Okay, so let's get into it. So y'all know they got into it. Okay, on the last episode, Kirk Franklin's son Kirion and Moolah got into it. Curtis then pushed Kirion up off him, right? Even though now Curtis tried to act like the boy was falling on him, so he pushed him, and I get that. But I do feel like Slick was trying to jump in that fight just like Libby. And Milan Christopher is so annoying. I high key cannot stand him. And then he decides that he was gonna go and sucker punch Mr. Curtis. And I'm like, why you putting your hands on this man? Don't turn around, hit this man. So a lot of chaos was happening the night before, but the next morning we see where Moolah and Curtis are pretty much spending a lot of time talking about the previous night before Milan Christopher decides he gonna walk up there and have a conversation with him too. So so Curtis tell Milan how bogus he was, basically like, sir, you was bogus AF for sitting up there sneak punching me, and you knew you was wrong for that, right? So then Milan says, no, y'all was on some bogus stuff for trying to create some gay versus straight type stuff. Girl, let me turn my nose ring, okay? Because she acting up, and I ain't trying to be like Marceau brother. Okay, I had to turn my nose ring just a little bit. Sorry, y'all, because I ain't trying to be like Marceau brother where they think that I got something in my nose, girl. But anyway, let's keep going. So Curtis, so Milan was just like, I'm not rocking with y'all because y'all trying to create some gay versus straight type stuff, and I'm not cool with that. So Milan tells him he said it's coming off like a racist type thing, right? It's like y'all saying, oh, he can't stand on this side with y'all, like you can't stand on this side with me if you black. You got to only be over here if you white. He was like, you see how that works? Like you're doing the same thing to him that white folks would do to us, and that's just not cool, right? So Curtis is funny because Milan starts to have more of a conversation with Moolah, and the entire time I see Curtis staring at Milan like he's about to punch him. Like he didn't blink. He just sat there and just stared at him. He didn't move his eyes, and I'm just like, you looking like you calculating like how you finna knock him the hell out. That's weird, but okay, do what you gonna do. So Milan tells, so Moolah and Milan start going back and forth. They start arguing back and forth. Milan tells him that old boy owes him absolutely nothing or something like that. As far as like his sexuality. And I agree with Milan on that. I don't feel like he owe y'all anything, regardless whether he's bi, he's straight, he gay. It really ain't your business. If you're not smashing him, it's none of your business. Leave it alone, right? So then Milan asks, why did you sneak him? He's asking Moolah, why did you punch Kirion? Because he rocked the shit out this boy jaw. Do you hear me? He rocked out this boy jaw. And I'm just like, sir, Milan, you're the last person that need to be running around asking people why they snuck people when you pretty much snuck two people, in my opinion. You turned around, took your drink, and threw it on Relly. And then you also snuck Curtis. So, and you've just been jumping in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you anyway. Like, I'm just like, sit back. Okay. What else? Moolah says that, listen, I don't got no, first of all, Moolah lies and says something like he tried to jump him. And I said, what did he say? Did he say this boy tried to jump him? I know he didn't say that, but then he just kept talking. It didn't make sense. I was like, Moolah, you over here lying because you ain't got no explanation. So Moolah says, listen, I don't have an issue with the gay community, okay? I have no issue. He decides that he was going to apologize. And then this is when Milan said, that's cool. I appreciate your apology, but you need to direct that over there. Don't direct it at me because, okay, that ain't for me. That's for them. Right. So then what else? Curtis says, well, since we speaking on an apology, I feel like you owe me one because you should have never put your hands on me. You should have never snuck me. And then Milan said, you're right. I do owe you an apology. But at the same time, I feel like you tried to get yourself involved. And I said, we're talking about you. We're talking about you, sir. What did you do? You over here trying to talk about him jumping into some. It ain't had nothing to do with you at the end of the day. So let's talk about the apology that you owe. And I do believe that Milan gave him that apology. Okay. So all is well. But then Curtis talked about how he wanted to get a boxing match. Meanwhile, you got Milan talking about something. You really don't want to box me because these hands are lethal. And I'm like, well, where was these hands when it came to Anthony? And where was these hands when it came to Relly? Because you really ain't got them hands like you say. You just got all muscle, but you ain't got no hands. I haven't seen it. But all right, then. What else? Real and Gutter. So they go check on Lil Kurt, baby Kurt. When I tell you Gutter likes him some Kyrian so bad, it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know if Kyrian is in. I don't know if Gutter is indeed Kyrian's type. Now Kyrian did come out and admit to the fact that he's bi, and we'll get to that. But I don't know if Gutter is 100% his type. I just think that, you know, he is confident and comfortable in his sexuality or whatnot. So when Gutter makes those advances, it doesn't, you know, really bother him that much. But I wonder what his type is as far as like a guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he likes transgender women or something. I don't know what it is he's really into, but I'm wondering. Okay. I'm wondering what I'm wondering. Okay, Gutter want to fight for Kyrian because he know damn well. Then Darrell beat the brace off Milan, and that's how I saw it on more than one. That's how I saw it. So yikes. See, Milan fights low. He be on that stuff like Gaia from Jocelyn's Cabaret. He likes to fight low, right? And I know he does that to avoid from people hitting his face. He likes to fight low, and it's like, baby, that's not going to help you. That is not going to help you. I love minding my Black-owned business. Don't be asking me who I'm sleeping with because it don't pay your bills. It don't help you with anything you're trying to do. It does not raise your credit score. It does not do anything for you. Who I'm sleeping with cannot help you go in the bank and get a mortgage loan. Like that. That's not. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Do things that can help you. Okay. Focus on those things. Okay. Sometimes you got to take them in. You talking about from my nose ring beast though? I'm like, girl, let me just turn this. If that's what you talking about, I was like, girl, let me turn her. Curtis be looking like Life Jennings. You think so? I don't think so. I think he's a cute guy though. His forehead is huge, and I realized it this past episode, but I was like, he's still a cutie pie though. I don't like that, and I feel that Kayla needs to have a bit more love shown towards her. I still don't like when he tried to prevent Candy from pouring into her. Like, oh yeah, you talking about? Yeah, I remember that. That was terrible. I was shocked. Not Moolah. Why y'all think Moolah? Moolah does not give me suspect. He gets on your nerves. Yeah, he does. He can be annoying. I will say that. Moolah he is definitely annoying, but he don't give me suspect for real. Not to me. But you know, everybody sees something different. So Real and Gutter, they go check on Kyrian. Okay, Gutter want to be there for his boo so bad. I already told y'all that. Kyrian says that he just helping. Oh, so Real was like, I mean, y'all got something going on? Like, what is this? What y'all doing? And he was like, oh, you know, I'm just helping her with her music and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, oh, you helping her with her music. Is that what it is? I guess, honey. Is it just music? Because you won't have to be clear with Gutter. Because I think Gutter thinks it's probably going to be more. And if that's your type, that's cool. But I don't know if Gutter your type. But I don't know what your type is to really know because you ain't telling nobody the answer. I mean, either way. Okay. All right. So Rail speaks on William being a punk and not trying to fight because they bring up the fact that, you know, he been out here bullying people and fighting and stuff. And Rail's like, no, that's not what it is. I really was fighting Dylan for William because William was doing all this big talk all over the summer about how he finna whoop, 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 whoop. He finna tell something. So I was like, yo, if you don't do it, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight you. Like if you don't do this or that, y'all don't fight, I'm gonna fight you. I wanted him to be about the stuff that he had been talking about all summer. Right. So Rail says he beat up Dylan because he was friends with William. Right. And Kyrian calls Rail a bully. And Rail says, I'm not a bully. I'm just not afraid to fight nobody. Okay. So I don't know if Rail is a bully. I mean, maybe he could have been in that particular situation, but I don't think he's like a bully. I do think that he is a person that is ready to throw them hands at any given moment. And I can't stand Dylan. Dylan, for me, is the fakest one I can't stand Dylan. I feel like I like Milan more than I like Dylan. Because Dylan, and I understand there are different types of bad boys, but I don't see no bad in Dylan at all. And it's and he's so scary. I was like, oh baby, why y'all brought this baby on this show? Y'all should not. He is so scary. And it's okay if you are a scary person, you're not a confrontational person, that is completely okay. I think what bothers me about Dylan is he portrays as though he is when he's not. Right? So I'm like, if you're just not one of those people, it's okay, just say that. Okay? So there's that. What else? We get to William and Dylan talking, and I'm trying to find out who told the producers that we wanted to see the crack of William's act. Who told y'all that? Why did y'all have to shoot from that angle? Acting like he over there writing on the paper. I was like, girl, y'all in these fake scenes y'all be creating. So Dylan, like I said, he's far from a bad boy. I don't know how he got on this show. William speaks on Rail jumping him and how he and Rail were friends before they got there. So now he doesn't think anyone is his friend at this point, right? Dylan says that he was really scared last night because fights was breaking out. I was really scared last night. Right, bitch. I was scared last night because fights was happening everywhere. I bet you were. I bet you were with your scary. I bet you were. Okay, but then you get in the confessionals in your safe space and you be doing a whole lot, honey. But okay. So he says he feels like he had a friend in the house. After when William said, well, Milan had your back. So how does that make you feel? He said, well, it just made me feel like I got a friend in the house. And I'm like, not in Milan, fool. Milan ain't your friend. Let me keep going. So Dylan and William speak on being divided by sexuality and then also being divided by race in so many words because, of course, they're the only two white boys in the house. And they were really just talking about the situation with Kirian and Bbla and stuff and how they didn't like how that happened. But high key, y'all wanted to know whether or not Kirian was gay or straight, though. Like, y'all did. He was like, well, I don't know if he gay or straight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't telling us nothing yet. But then they go into the conversation of it being about, being divided and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But y'all act like y'all don't want to know what side of the fence that man on. Okay? Y'all know y'all be wanting to know. That's okay. Let's move on. I just think the approach from Moolah was just out of order. Now, Kirian, Moolah, and Curtis, they do sit down and talk. Kirian pretty much checks them. Not really check them, but he check in and stuff like that. He tried to check them, but they didn't seem to be bothered. I noticed that Curtis ain't that tough guy either, but Curtis does strike me as a person where he will throw them hands if need be. But he was doing a whole lot of laughy, where it's like he would prefer to probably take the approach of like, let's try to resolve this before it gets to a level where it can't return. But if it go down, then I'm with whatever type. That's like what he gives me. Just a little bit. So Kirian checks in with them, and Curtis is trying to explain to him that I guess the relationship between he and Moolah, he feels like, oh yeah, we're from the same area. We both from New York. We both straight. So we trying to room together. We got some things in common that we like. So that's how we rocking. Okay. And then Kirian is asking questions because girl, my nose ring just keeps trying to turn, and I'm bothered by it. I'm sorry, y'all. That shit is really bothering me. But anyway, so Kirian is asking him a question because he feel like y'all the ones that's suspect. Let's talk about that, okay? Moolah still wants to know, listen, are you gay or straight, homie? I just want to know. That irritated me. We just had a whole conversation, a damn near a whole brawl about it. And then now you want to ask me this question again? Why? How is this going to help you? Why do you need to know so badly? And don't say that you want to know so that you can welcome me with open arms when you really could have did that from the beginning, regardless of what my sexuality was. So what is the purpose here? So Kirian trying to insinuate that the both of them is the ones that's over there messing around because they keep asking him all the questions, right? So it's funny because you can see Moolah trying so hard not to laugh at him because he's like, you are a character. Like, bro, you funny. Like he's trying, but it was what it was. So this is when Kirian, at some point, he does open up and let them know that he is bisexual. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah. Kirian says, I don't understand why they keep asking me about my sexuality. He said they didn't ask anybody else about about their sexuality. And I'm like, well, Kirian, they didn't ask because it's clear. With them, it's clear on what side of the fence they on. With you, it's not necessarily clear. Not that it's any of their business, but that's the reason why they didn't ask nobody else, okay? Kirian opens up and says, all right, whatever. I mean, you want to say I'm bisexual, then, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I like what I like. I'm like, it's whatever. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's where Kyrian is. He opens up, he says that he's bisexual. I don't know how his dad feels about that or how he responds to that, because that ended up being a question from Moolah. Moolah asked the question. Now, I'm not going to lie. Moolah asked the question that I felt a lot of people wanted to know. Like, well, what does your dad say? Like, we know that you guys have a strained relationship, so how does he feel about that? You know what I'm saying? When high key, honestly, it don't matter because it ain't his life. You know what I'm saying, to live. But I'm being, he asked a question that I know I wanted to know. Like, what your daddy said? How your daddy feel about it? Right? What else? They ride, they in the bus, they ride, they heading over there to their party. They get to the party and they say everybody was there. First of all, let me say this. I don't know about y'all, but I truly do not believe they was at the same party as the baby. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think they was at the same party. I think they probably had cameras at the party that the baby was at, which is why they got the footage that they got or something. But I do not believe that they was at that same party. Something about it just was, y'all went on a different night. I don't know. Okay. So, what else? William gonna get touched again. William, you're gonna get touched again. William decided that he was gonna shake his ass on everybody. And I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Whether I'm gay, whether I'm straight, I don't want your R's on me. Don't do that. You're invading my space, okay? That's disrespectful. At this point, I'm trying to figure out how I can file assault, because you should have never shook your ass on me. I didn't ask you to do that, okay? So he does that to everybody. And Moolah was so upset, y'all. So Moolah walks outside with Curtis. Curtis pulled him outside. Y'all know what I thought about when I saw that? That little boy that does he did a video years ago, and he said, it's a little video of this little boy. He's grown out. Not grown, but much older. And he says, I'm not coming over here no more. I'm not coming over here no more. And the mama was like, well, what happened? Nana, what she do? She just up and kissed me in my mouth. I ain't coming over here no more. Like, that's all that I heard when Moolah was over here mad about William shaking his ass on him. It was like, I ain't coming over here no more. He just sat up here and shook his ass on me. I'm not coming over here. I thought that was hilarious. So they stepped outside. They talked about it. I understood Moolah's frustration, because it's like, regardless of what I am, gay or straight, I don't want your ass on me. You out here doing too much, trying to be seen. And then he just kept, I hate when people do that. When people use their hands to make their butt like pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can't even explain. They do this little thing to their butt, and it's like, baby, whatever's back there is back there. If it's not giving, it's not. If it's giving, it is, and you ain't got to do all that. What is this? What is that little pet? Like, calm down, all right? Hate when people do that. It's giving, it ain't jiggling, but can you see it jiggling? Like, it ain't jiggling, but look at it. It's moved. Like, stop, okay? It's all right. Oh, I hate it. I hate when they do that. So Moolah wanted to slap out of him. Curtis had to calm him down, let him know it's all good. We got some baddies over here in the section. Like, let's just focus on that. Whoop the whoop. But at some point, he is going to be checking this shit out of William, as he should. Okay? Check him and let him know, keep your nasty funky booty over there. Okay, don't be shaking this all over on me. Okay, and what else? I think that was it. I think Moolah was just at a space where he doesn't want to be considered homophobic, right? He doesn't want nobody to think that he homophobic because he didn't want this man shaking his ass on him. But I thoroughly believe if William would have went over there and did that to Anthony, or maybe primarily Milan, Milan probably would have snapped out. Like, get your ass off me. Like, can you move? Like, that's disrespectful. You in my space. You see, I'm over here chilling. Why you trying to be extra? Right? So that's what it was giving for me. Okay, bitch, the way I just hollered on this phone, I had to put the customer on hold. Not you being on the phone and listening to the review at the same time. He never gives, girl. I'm just like, him and Dylan, girl, I can't. OMG, that's my flat ass daughter. Got all the breasts in the world. Backside flat as a board. Not you talking about your daughter. Not you talking about your child. Oh my God. Don't do that. That's the only way Nicki Minaj can twerk. When you wrong for that, embarrassing. I've never seen Nicki do that though. That's crazy. I know he ain't want the people to think he was gay, but they gonna think that anyways, because they all together in the party with cameras. Ooh. You about got a point, Melanie. Okay, Milan likes trade anyway, so he would be upset. And there's that. Imagine if Roland Ray was on this show. Yo, I thought about that. I was wondering what would that dynamic be like if he, and I wonder if they could have called him, but because he was probably, y'all know he had C-19 and stuff, he had been in the hospital and stuff, he probably couldn't do it. But I wonder what that dynamic would have been like. I bet you he'd probably be on next season though. I bet you he'll probably be on next season. For me, if you gotta jumpstart your booty to make it clap, it's a no. He looked like a whole mess. He did, and it was terrible. I'm like, girl, what man trying to run up in that? Absolutely not. No, it's not giving. But guys, that's really pretty much everything that I have for you all today. What? Jamie and Jay Lee, stay having me embarrass myself randomly. You talking about being out here in the streets laughing and stuff? Roland Ray would have been perfect. Listen, it would have been hella entertaining. And then we're gonna talk about him tonight, guys. Is Jonathan on the show? Wasn't there a clip of him trying to hit Milan with the chair? I believe he is going to show up at some point. I do not know when, but I thoroughly hope that they do not edit that out, because I'm ready to see Milan get pumped. I may have different feelings once I see how everything plays out. I may not be team Jonathan, but the way Milan be around there diddy bopping and then got the audacity to be referring to other people like they bullies and stuff, like, I'm like, no, that's you. You be doing too much. Jamie is hilarious. I think we all had a flashback when we saw that couch. Oh, he's talking about from earlier. Thank you so much, Tori. I appreciate it. Not somebody would have been rolled down the steps. Oh, that would have been good too. He crossed my mind. Whenever I see Milan, I think of Brock, right? That would have been good too. I think I talked about that. I think somebody said his mom passed away recently or something. So that would have been good if he would have been able to be on there. I don't know, child. I want to say 45, but he over there telling me he's 35. So I'm going to give him a good 40 because I'm sure ain't in his mid-30s. And that's okay because Milan doesn't even, if he is like late 30s, 40, he don't even look like it. So, I mean, I can see why, it's a lie. Because let me look the same. I'm going to be lying too. Girl, at some point, I'm just not going to be putting the age on the post. It's just going to be happy birthday. Okay? It's just going to be happy birthday. Don't worry about the age. Mind your business. Mind yours. Not Martell and Milan need to start skipping arm days in the gym. I feel like Martell's fits his physique better than Milan's. I do. Because even though Martell wear the tight pants, his booty still looks natural. Whereas Milan's booty, when he was in them tan sweats and he was fighting Rail, it looked like, girl, the booty got pumped. I don't know, but it was, I mean, maybe he's doing too much squats or whatever he's giving back there, but it was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this right here. Sir, the little boy who was mad at his granny took me out. Right. He was mad as fuck, couldn't find the words. Just, I'm not coming back over here no more. I'm not coming back over here. Nana, she just up and kissed me in my mouth. I'm not coming over here. Okay? Period. All right, you guys. So I thank you all so much for joining me. Okay, please feel free to like the video, subscribe if you have yet to do so. I am definitely planning to come back to you guys a little later with much more content that we will be talking about. Okay, so that's all that I got. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.